What's up, everyone? This is Bacon, and today we're looking at the new hero, Anasta. She came out the same time as Awakened Brutus, so she might get overlooked a little bit, but I think she will find some value in companions. I'll talk about that at the end, but she is a mauler. She is a strength-based hero, warrior, and continuous damage. Like I say with everyone, none of that stuff really matters except for her faction and this, because that affects what equipment she can wear. But let's go ahead and take a look at her skills. She's kind of a fun champion, just kit-wise, but Spiral Cleave. Anasta shatters nearby enemy shields and deals 2 strikes of 260% attack rating damage to them, then knocks down all enemies in front of her and deals another strike of damage equal to 320% of her attack rating to them. If Anasta hits their current dueling target, the duel duration will be increased by 5 seconds. Damage values are respectively increased. You can read this. Basically, just increasing these two numbers here. Deadlock Duel. Anasta initiates a duel with the nearest enemy, immobilizing them for 7 seconds, while terrifying other nearby enemies for 2 seconds. For the duration of the duel, Anasta prioritizes attacking the dueling target, gains immunity to taunts, and her skills deal extra damage equal to 7.5% of the enemy's max health, but not to exceed 320% of Anasta's attack rating. At level 2, the duel is longer. Level 3, the terrify is longer. And at level 4, the dueling target cannot receive most buffs from their allies. Their current buffs will not be removed. Now, the first thing that came to my mind after kind of going through her kit is I feel like she could be a good counter to Orthros. I'd have to see this in person, but the dueling, getting that extra damage against that one target, terrifying those around her, not letting them get buffs from allies, and then this kind of thing here, deal extra damage equal to 7.5% of the enemy's max health. Orthros gains health as the battle goes on. She taunts, and they just kind of do their duel. She does more damage. She does more damage based on health. I could see something magical there. I don't know if you'd want to build a hero just for that purpose, but if you happen to have her built, I could see that being a spot she could be good at. Anasta deals damage equal to 200% of attack rating to all enemies in front of her and reduces their shield values by 40% for 8 seconds. If there are 2 or fewer targets within the attack range, the damage increased to 270% of attack rating. The shield value reduction is increased to 55%. And then you can see, just as you level up, the damage and the shield values are better. The stats of everything basically just goes up. And then Mauler's Prowess. Anasta gains 2 stacks of Brawler's Protection, with each stack reducing her damage taken by 15% and restoring health equal to 30% of attack rating every second for 7 seconds. This effect can be stacked up to 2 times. When Anasta takes damage exceeding 10% of her max health from her current dueling target, she loses 1 stack of the protection and launches a counterattack equal to damage to 320% of attack rating to all nearby enemies. She can get 3 stacks at max, and then the damage is at 340%. Let's take a look at her signature item now. For the duration of the duel, her tenacity is increased by 10 points. If there are 2 or fewer targets within attack range, attack will cause them to take 15% more damage for 6 seconds. At level 20, for the duration of the duel, Anasta's tenacity is increased by 15 points, and then same thing as 10, but 25% more damage. I don't know if this is all totally worth building out in her. I mean, might as well activate it. I just don't know if these are big enough reasons to build her signature item, but I could be wrong. So her divine effects, it unlocks the Deadlock Duel skill upgrade. So it unlocks this. When Anasta damages her current dueling target, she gains 1 stack of Brawler's Protection. This effect can be triggered once every 5 seconds. And then when a duel is initiated, all allied heroes gain 2 stacks of Brawler's Protection. When allied heroes with Brawler's Protection damage the dueling target, they gain 1 stack of protection. This effect can be triggered once every 8 seconds. A stack of Brawler's Protection will be lost when allies take damage from Anasta's dueling target, but they will not launch counterattacks. The stack limit on Brawler's Protection. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty cool thing to have. I think 5-starring her is for sure what you want to do with her. Just because if you're going to use her, might as well get her 5-star. Might as well get that kind of ally buff bonus. I think overall, Anasta, I don't think is going to be a game-changing hero, just like most heroes that are released. But I think she will be really good with general campaign, but more so Mauler Faction Tower, Forked Fate 2, kind of just your standard stuff. I don't think she's going to be crazy in Guild Boss or Dream Realm or anything like that, but I do think she will have her value in the kind of the bread and butter of companions, which is the campaign and the towers. So I think if you have, like me, you already have like 6 or 7 Maulers that are already built out, it doesn't hurt to build her out as of right now. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the Destiny summons. This is where you can get her. Make sure you get your free single scroll. I would not recommend summoning here. This is just an FYI for people who might be new to the game. I really never recommend using Destiny summons for these heroes. I would wait until the next dimensional hero event. This is how you pull the food or the baits or the shards that you use to level up your dimensional heroes. So I've seen a few comments like this. You basically will pull for these shards that you will then use on your dimensional heroes. I've previously broken my promise and I've summoned before the event, but I am just stacking up on diamonds and these for the next one because I want to completely max out my dimensionals and I want to be ready and prepared. So I'm not using any of my stuff here. I would recommend you don't either unless you absolutely really want that hero. But that's just me. You don't have to listen to me. You can do whatever you want. But let's go ahead and take a look at her Arena of Trials. Let's just do the dummy. You can see here, the person she's dueling has that little circle around them. Right here, you can see the shield breakage going on. And then her slam dunk. Pretty cool. I think she's a fun hero. I think her kit is really fun. I just don't know how valuable it's going to be. I could see her being like a good Mauler hero. Like if we look at the Maulers, like if you're a new player and you're wanting to build a Mauler, I mean, there's not a lot of great ones. I could definitely see her being one that you'd want to build out. But you can't even put on your wish list set, so I would wait for that at the very minimum. But that's Anasta, guys. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys who might be considering going for her eventually. But I think she's a fun hero. Curious what you guys think. As always, we are almost to 800 subscribers, so please make sure you subscribe if you like my channel and you want to be updated on future videos. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.